And we're live at Showdown Studios, got there in the end, here for the Throwdown OCE Championship League Play 1. Hello, my name is Asterix, and I'm joined by the bearded lovely man, Yummy Cheese Man, that we all know and love, and of course, the other Jake to fill out the desk. I didn't know there was room, but apparently we've got two Jakes now.
Yeah, look, it's a perfect combo.
Look, production's been having a problem mixing us up. Hopefully the audience don't. We'll see how it goes.
That's fine. I'll just talk for you guys. I'll be the subtitles for you. The OCE Championship returns, though. Finally, after all this time, we have our top 8 teams, but not as we know it.
It's the start of the $1 million season, and it can't be more fitting that maybe now we have 5 top teams instead of a clear top 4.
And you've got to mention the OCE shuffle. 5 top teams, but we have no idea how any of them are going to play.
Yeah, they've completely changed up. We haven't seen them verse each other yet. Today is the first day that we can really get a gauge of how these teams are going to play.
And I think now as well, we have our pyramid once again. The OCE Championship always has those bubble teams and the teams that sit outside trying to get in. But this time, it's a little bit more difficult with Chiefs leading the charge.
For Chiefs, they came through as the invited team, which puts them at the top. And we had a new qualification system. So those teams that came through groups really grounded out, really showed that they're top quality.
Yeah, we had a defined top 5 coming out of groups with Chiefs holding that #1 invite. We had Ground Zero coming in and really new team. The others were expected, but Ground Zero really exciting to see.
I think they're going to go great. They're actually one of my picks to make the top 4 this season, even though they have not a single top 4 team player in their
I think there's a big potential of upsets this season. I think this season especially, considering with this shuffle, and with, Jake being on the desk now as well, one of the best OCE players out of the mix.
Are you saying it's upsetting that Jake's on the desk?
I said good name, good game every single time he played. You need to go back and watch the VODs. However, looking at this schedule today, with the mix, with the change in rosters, everything is open.
Well, speaking of upsets, we can see some potential upsets coming out from Justice Esports, even Chimpwits up against Tainted Minds later in the day.
Those lower 3 teams still have a lot of upset potential. They play a really fast, aggressive playstyle, and that can really catch up and play up to the higher, more experienced teams.
To me, I'm really looking forward to Game 1 as well. Ground Zero against Chiefs. It's a big testing point for both of those teams. The new Kami and the brand new Ground Zero
But
team.
Also, with this first game, this defines where the Chiefs kind of sit. Because if they go up against Ground Zero and the performance isn't there, the quality that you're expecting isn't there, then suddenly you think Chiefs versus Legacy might be a little bit more difficult as well.
I expect nothing but the best of Chiefs with the Kami coming into the new roster.
All right, Jake,
honestly,
all right.
They've had slow starts before. Week 1 of League play is always very tough, but I'm expecting a strong start to this season.
Let's talk a little bit about the Chiefs, because now they've lost one of their key players, and, memes aside, they've got Kami. They've lost Jake, and without Jake, is the team as good as they were before?
On paper, they're the 3 best individual players in OCE. You have to say that this could be potential for a massive improvement. But I think they might have a bit more of a shaky league play.
Look, they might have lost their consistency. Kami
I think you're going to say key player there for a second.
Well, they have lost a key player, obviously.
No, wait, they lost Drippe?
Huh? Oh, couldn't lose Drippe.
Oh,
no.
wow.
Kami will bring a new flair to the team, I think. Might lose consistency, but I think they'll be a higher caliber.
I really think that Kami brings a lot of striking as well. So you've got 3 players who just are fantastic strikers, and now all of a sudden, a team that was able to test the defenses are now like breaking every single defense.
I'm expecting lots of 4-0s, 5-0s. I'm expecting a dominant Chiefs this season.
All right, well, let's go to Ground Zero then, because I think Kami, we wanted to see more out of him last season, but now finally in the spotlight. Ground Zero, they've moved to the spotlight after getting picked up through this play-in.
And CJM, I think, for me, he was on Love Decks last season, and it really felt like he had to stay back. Now on this team of like 3 really high potential players, he's got so much more potential to go forward and play super aggressive.
Yeah, this is a completely new roster. I think they're really riding that honeymoon really well. I'm expecting really confident play, and for CGM to bring back that nuts player that he used to be.
Yeah, and Lim, I think he's a rookie here in the top 8. But the way that he's been playing, and in the off-season, he's had some live event experience too. I don't expect him to get affected too much by nerves.
But what about Walcott, the final member of Ground Zero? Someone who, again, in the last season, he wasn't in the spotlight, but for, I guess, the right reasons that his performance wasn't where it should have been.
Yeah, he was such a high potential player last year, and it didn't feel like he played up to it.
I think his team wasn't very right for Walcott last season. I don't think he looked incredibly comfortable playing the role he wanted to play.
he definitely got broken down. I think with Bango and Decker, it became very much about the solo game.
Yeah.
My only question is, has he been able to fix that and get into the new playstyle? Because all I really see him doing now is go for a lot of demos.
Well, again, we haven't seen him play in ages. It will be interesting.
Yeah, especially in this new roster. Brand new rosters coming across the Chiefs, holding 2 consistent players. Predictions might be straightforward, but Jake, let's start with you. Where do we sit?
This is going to be a 3-0. Chiefs don't mess around. I think Kami's fit excellently into this team. I think Drip and Torse could carry any player, honestly, so I don't think Kami has to play too well.
Even me?
Huh?
Even me?
Even me. So I'm expecting a clean 3-0.
3-0 is a big prediction, but Yummy Cheese.
I actually think that's a very difficult prediction because we looked at the Chiefs with you last season coming in this exact same match, week 1, against the team that came 8th, and just the fact that they weren't quite ready and the fact that it was early in the morning really made them struggle.
Yeah.
So I actually think it will go to the Chiefs, but it'll probably be a 3-2.
Something I actually wanted to point out. Torse was streaming last night, tweeted at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
He's not on good sleep. Watch out for Torse. I'm still expecting good things.
I think that was going to be the same either way. Torsos is not going to go to bed early.
Look, I think that's understandable. For you, Jake, I want to bring that back because time is an essential factor. When you're playing first thing in the morning, and if you're, I mean, did you sleep the night before? Did you, were you one guy who was like, I have to go to bed, I have to prepare?
Sleeping's hard, man. For us gamers, come on. Look, a few League players I was a little short on sleep, and I think everyone is for those early mornings.
Yeah.
It is really tough, but you do kind of learn to...
You legitimately have to work to get your sleep schedule in line. And then even when you do, you can't rely on the other teams in the competition to get up early enough to scrim you.
Yeah.
That's right. Especially starting League play as well. I'm going to sneak in with my prediction. I'm going to think a 3-1 Chiefs just for context as well. I think we're all sitting Chiefs comfortably here and not expecting the upset, at least in League play 1.
I can see the upset happening though, so that is a good sign for Ground Zero.
I think earlier on as well for Chiefs, there's been some performances where you're like, well, earlier in League play, they're not when they get into the grand finals.
Yep.
We're going to have to find out right now. Can Ground Zero, a team with no top 4 players in the past, make the upset? And it starts off with a ripper from Torse.
Well, I guess as we move into game number 1, Chiefs are powering through. First goal will be scored there, straight off by Torsos.
Straight away, and it was pressure the entire time. Torsos scoring that goal. And it was just a brilliant little pass play as well.
Well, look, we put our predictions in Chiefs, and they don't disappoint, especially in this first game. We're talking about CJM, the priority on this player from Ground Zero. We want to see him perform.
Chiefs 1-0 right at the start. And the question of whether they're going to struggle with this early time looks to be answered. Chiefs now 30 seconds in, and it's Ground Zero who are caving into the nerves.
Chiefs getting through that defense, struggling a little bit. Ground Zero missing those crucial touches. Walcott up for the pass. CJM comes in, but Walcott being consistent now with the demo in front of net. Nothing can be done, and just goes back to Lim for another try.
Lim, he's putting the shots on, but right now, Chiefs defense, we've seen it grow, or at least I've seen it grow.
Yep.
That is the hardest part of the new roster, and they're looking like they're nailing it.
Well, at the moment, another shot comes through. Ground Zero finally getting off the ground. No pun intended. Walcott swings past the ball, and CJM will go for the dribble. The play into Torsos now. Solo through, but Drippe wiser to it. Walcott, as he reaches forward for Chiefs, still that early lead, still that comfortability you can see there. And
CJM going for that. He had no teammates backing him up. There's no one here from Ground Zero ready to play aggressive, and that's what Chiefs can do to you.
Dribble here from Drippe, slides it through. Great save there from Walcott, but these dangerous moments shouldn't be coming through. Torsos off the roof. That is a beautiful way to start in game 1.
Up and down from the top corner. What a read from Torsos. Off the roof, gets the double touch. He scored 2 goals already. I think this has the potential to be a huge season for Torse.
This comfortability for Chiefs is showing once again. With Kami in the roster, you still see those successful plays unchallenged. Ground Zero in front of their own net once again. Drippe punches it against that back wall. Kami comes in with the demo, and that'll just slow things down for Ground Zero. Again, not the start in game 1 that you're looking forward to.
It's just been back and forth, but that's because Ground Zero are staying super far back. waiting for the clears instead of taking it to the Chiefs.
And Walcott dribbling the ball. The solid play again. Gets it past one defender. The second touch runs into Drippe. Can CJM do anything with the ball? It's lobbed over, left for Kami. Torsos will come back through. Lim now. A shot on net. It gets saved. No, it does not. Swings through in the back.
You saw the Chiefs, they run out of boost. There was multiple shots coming through, and Walcott combines with Lim to finish it off. It's a really smart play to go underneath the defender.
And look, the pressure's building up for Ground Zero. Getting that goal on the Chiefs. Confidence now builds as well. 2-1, 2 minutes 50. Plenty of time for Ground Zero to recover that bad start.
It's so important, and we've seen the Chiefs in defense backing each other up,
Yep.
but then they're too close to each other, and that allows Ground Zero to take out 2 players at once.
So Ground Zero happy what they can get here. Walcott another shot on net. The touch over to Torsos as Drippe saves it away. Safety medal already picked up there, I believe, by Kami in the previous play. It'll be cleared away. Walcott, the touch is over to Lim. Lim doesn't commit. Waiting off the wall. Loses that challenge straight again. Torsos. Some flashy plays. Cleared away by CJM this time. On the defense, Chiefs haven't looked as clinical as usual, but this time Kami. Bit of fresh air. He'll walk forward and Chiefs again back on that offense. What a shot. Drippe brings it back over to Torsos. The second one almost pinches in off the wall. Kami lobs it against that backboard and we're back over. Chiefs unrelenting in their attack.
That's a frustrating attack for the Chiefs as well. Multiple opportunities, all off the side post, and you can just see how good they are at dribbling. Torsos by himself, but he sets it up. Drippe to finish it off. But what a play in the midfield by Torsos.
Always first to the play. Torsos is just taking this ball exactly where Chiefs want it to go.
He took out the first 2 players, and then CJM, his only option was to save that ball. All 3 players out of the game.
And just when you think Ground Zero get a breath of fresh air, they're denied once again. Oxygen tanks running low. 1 minute 45, a good start from the Chiefs. Back again by Torsos, hitting the roof. Drippe's coming in. The attack continues once more. Playing off that backboard. This will hit the roof again. Look who's waiting there. And Kami, so far, synergizing quite well. We haven't seen the Chiefs yet in the OCE Championship for RLCS 6. Here they are.
Torsos has been playing really aggressive up the forward half, and it's actually Drippe now staying further back. That's the change that we see. Kami filling more of Torsos's old midfield role.
Kami punches it up, hangs back, sticking around that midfield, as you said. Go towards Walcott in net. Another save comes through. A minute left remaining. Ground Zero may have run out of time at this rate. The punch against the wall by Drippe sets up Torsos, but that's all the play needs to do. Demolition from Torsos again. They'll try and nail it down that midfield, try get it centre ball, but a demolition onto Torsos. It's not direct on target. Ground Zero, yeah, we said they've run out of time at 45 seconds. They've got to do something with this ball.
The problem is Ground Zero haven't had a single opportunity since they last scored. It's been 2 minutes without a shot, and Kami. What is that?
That's a nail in the coffin. That is a beauty. That's what that is, Yummy. Good reads coming out from Chiefs in game 1.
I thought Drippe had touched that. I thought it was a redirect in, but it's just a shot straight down the center. Every single time Ground Zero get into attack, they overcommit in the end, just because they're getting frustrated about not scoring a goal.
It looks like another one's going to come through. Right now, Chiefs have just run away with this. Ground Zero may be getting frustrated here, but it is only game 1. Best of 5s all throughout league play, and especially for the start, our kickoff game. Chiefs have just showed us how dominant they've been. That one going on target will hit the side post, but the sentiment's still there. Chiefs, game 1 victory.
My problem with Ground Zero at the moment is they're so dire in defense, they're not really setting up anything in attack. They don't have that passing position. They're relying on trying to get some dribble plays just to open up the net. And against somebody like the Chiefs, that's not going to work too well.
As you saw there, Chiefs, we take game 1 and those dribble plays. Walcott, again, the individuality of this player is showing, but
that's the problem, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We want to see them working together as a team, and we know CJM and Lim, they've got a lot of experience together. They've played a lot of 2s. They've played in multiple tournaments together. Walcott is kind of the newer addition, and they need to, instead of start working around each other, work together.
Yeah, and in terms of experience, I'll come back to this roster Ground Zero. The introduction to me was that I think Lim now probably has as much experience as we have in Walcott.
Well, not really, but
due to the off-season, not in the OC Championship
he
itself.
He had 3 live event appearances, which was really helpful. But that was 1 match each, so 3 matches in the off-season that he played. But one thing that I really judge Lim highly. I think he's really grown throughout the year. He reminds me of Walcott at the end of last year, where he's in that spot where he's like, okay, maybe he could be a top 4 player, a top 4 team player. And I think he's a bit shaky. We've seen just misses coming out from him. He's trying to play a little bit faster than he's able to keep up with. And he just needs to settle that down. It's the start of league play. You're up against the Chiefs. If you lose, it's okay.
Only 1 series today as well for Ground Zero, so they're just going to have to make a big impact here. We'll go into Game 2 shortly. Here we are. And for Chiefs, exactly how we expected. And right off that kickoff, all right, they regain control immediately.
The chance for Chiefs to dominate right from the start. Can they stay the undefeated team that they were last season?
You know what? This is so important. This indicates how Chiefs will be going forward. League Play 1, 2 opportunities present themselves. The first is Ground Zero, and they're already attacking that defense. Out of the corner, Torsos is bringing it forward, but Kami waits on the left wing. Still ball control, keeping it high. Kami won't get the second touch, and maybe Ground Zero can take it from here. Suddenly, Chiefs say no.
Those need to be clears coming out from Ground Zero. Are they going to stay in this defense forever? Dunk after dunk will come through because they're not getting the clears. They're not getting the defensive passes.
Well, let's see if they can get first to the ball. Maybe clear that ball away, get some control. Torsos hangs around the field. A good pass there from Lim. Walcott dribbling it up the field. The individual play, again, does not work out. Runs straight into Drippe. CJM is not going to make the 3-man play work, and he hangs back. Defense once again. Chiefs having their way. Drippe's there. Great shot, great pass.
Beautiful 1-2. Up to Drippe, down to the net. And it's just based off that counter-attack. Ground Zero had a chance. They didn't take it, and Chiefs will punish.
Once again, Ground Zero walk headfirst into that net. Walcott leading the charge, but Chiefs wiser to the play. Always there, ready and waiting. A minute's passed, a goal has passed. And now Ground Zero, they're going to pass in Game 2, only time will tell.
I really need to see them start working off each other. The solo goals aren't going to work against Chiefs, who, all 3 of them, are great solo defenders.
Walcott, you saw there, trying to react to the pass, but unfortunately just didn't get there. Lim will hit it over. Back on in, CJM was there, down Lim goes. That was a surprise.
And it was a solo play, but it was set up by CJM, that dunk. The follow-up there was beautiful because he got that slight extra touch. Both of the defenders on Chiefs had played for the first touch, and Lim gets a little bit more.
And really, Lim, just great angle to work with there as well. Chiefs now been equalised immediately. Drippe not losing the ball to Walcott, but there's an opportunity. Lim again sneaks one under the bus.
And now they're working off each other. They're getting close. Walcott sends it past Drippe and follows it up. There's someone in the midfield to finish. It's Lim. And again, underneath the defender.
It's exactly what you want to start league play off with. The return against the Chiefs. You're a goal up. Now you just have to maintain this pressure and maintain these passes if you're Ground Zero.
And Chiefs are going to be underestimating Ground Zero. They're going to be saying they've never been in the top 4. They're not a great team. And just even going down in the middle of the game can really affect their mentality.
That's right. Chiefs in front of this net again, though. This is the danger that Ground Zero face. Chiefs are unrelenting. The drop down from Drippe, but Kami hasn't come in. He tries to slide one sneakily like Lim, but he is not Lim. Drippe, solo play himself, won't get over the net. Torsos hangs back. That might be it.
It's really slowed down here in the corner as well, and so setting up a lot of pressure for the Chiefs. And CJM had no boost left. Kami sneaks out of nowhere like a ninja.
Really, out from the shadows. Into the spotlight. Kami, second goal there for Chiefs.
Straight in, 2 apiece now for Chiefs. And they've got such a wide repertoire of attack. They've got the pressure play, they've got these centre passes, and they've got the off-the-roof goal that they scored earlier.
And really, Ground Zero to have this competition in this game too is a great improvement from game number 1. So we're looking at teams developing through league play, and Lim is going to be the person we start talking about.
On his debut, he scores the hat-trick in his 2nd game. He has not scored a single goal in the OCE Championship. He's racked up 3 already, and we were saying this is a man that could potentially be top 4 in the future.
That's right, and his offline experience, I guess, when OC Championship was not on, has made a huge difference. Chiefs, the angle beautiful though. They fight back immediately.
You can never let Drippe have any time to make this shot. He is going to find the perfect spot to just slap it in. And it was so hard for Walcott.
As soon as Chiefs lose that goal, their guard is not down. All the way back up, ground zero. Getting caught out a little bit here. Torsos coming around the wall. CGM misses the ball. Now for Torsos. Tries to come back down. Drippe, up he goes. But no one knows where Chiefs are going to go next. 2 minutes 15.
There's a lot of pressure being placed on by Drippe as well. Even when he can't get to the ball, he is hanging just next to them. And the Chiefs players are understanding exactly what he's trying to do.
2 minutes left remaining for Chiefs. That understanding is so important. Walcott goes up for the ball, and now defense might be a little bit tricky. Torsos, again, the corner angle. But Lim, savior medal and the hat-trick in one game.
That's insane. Lim is everywhere right now, and he needs to be up against a team like the Chiefs. And especially when I feel like CJM is kind of struggling. He's having to stay further back where he's not comfortable.
Lim is not, though. A minute 30, and maybe CJM can build off the progress that Lim is making himself. 3-3, ground zero kind of getting there now. The pass is coming through, although indirect. Lim lobs it over the wall from the corner. A lot of speed and tempo on this ball. That pinch out of the corner, it's still in front of net, but ground zero seem to play it safe with Walcott hanging back. And a minute 15, we're still tied up.
Still 3 goals apiece, and it's up to Lim to try and get this goal forward. But it's still a lot of pushing this ball straight forward for ground zero into the Chiefs defenders.
Looked like that could have been the opportunity. A minute remaining. Chiefs push it down once more, but CJM a good clear. Reacts on the wall, but look how many people are up for it. Lim and Walcott commit. Torsos is there. A good save in time by Walcott, but only just as Chiefs are not stopping just there.
That
trying to get it right in
front. Was so
front.
important as well. They were getting chased by Drippe in the net, and he just recovers. This is the chance. CJM, a good save off the backboard.
Drippe still here. Yummy, it's not over just yet. Chiefs will have to regain some boost, but ground zero, they're struggling themselves. 30 seconds remaining. The clear hasn't come through. The dribble does, though. And CJM will try and get it down the field. Chiefs on the defensive, not where they want to be. Finally a clear.
Even though they're getting these dribbles, they're taking 2 people out. They don't have that pass across. They need to start banging it, not going for a little flick across.
10 seconds remaining, though. Yummy, the pass is there. Is it good for Lim? No. Who's in defense? No one is, but a miss there. Drippe still gets it somehow.
Off the corner, that is a little bit fortunate, but he finishes it off. Imagine how disappointed they would be. Kavi had the open net, and they gave it up, but Drippe still finishes it off with 4 seconds remaining.
You saw how wrong that could have gone. But luckily for Drippe, that second touch saves the life of Chiefs, stops that overtime, and ground zero.
That could have been a Cloud9 moment. That moment where Drippe, in essence, could have saved that goal, and if they lost in, say, overtime. Just imagine how that affects you. But they hold on. They are getting really tested by ground zero.
I think for ground zero, though, let's talk about Lim a little bit. Lim deserves to be in this spotlight. What a performance. 3 goals, 3 saves. Savior medal and striker in one game.
Well, most importantly, he's getting those saves and goals because he's playing a lot more confidently.
Yep.
Game 1, he felt nervous. Now he's the one player on their team who's like, I'm just going. I'm not going to worry too much about what the Chiefs are doing. I'm not going to worry too much about what my teammates are doing. I'm just going to go. And he's getting solid shots in solid areas of the pitch.
Yeah.
And Chiefs are just going, oh, they're not passing. They're not dribbling all of a sudden.
If there is a series to find your feet, it's definitely the first one against Chiefs.
Yeah.
Ground Zero have one series this week, and if they are going to make an impact into league play, make it against the Chiefs, make it at the start, because the following weeks, you're versing arguably weaker teams.
Yeah, and there's so much area for them to improve as well. I want to see CJM and Walcott stop dribbling. Don't dribble at all.
The passes
just go
good.
for pass. Yeah, they're in passing positions, but the pass isn't coming. They're opting to go for a first touch, and when they do that, you make two scenarios. One, the defenders know, okay, he's trying to either go for a dribble or a pass, and they can cut off both because they have so much time.
And you saw as we go into game number 3 now, buckle in, because Ground Zero put up a pretty good fight. Chiefs managed to claw it through at the last moment, but Ground Zero, their passes, unexpected and a little bit cleaner than we thought. Drippay now off that back wall. A good start for Chiefs, however.
It's a brilliant start for the Chiefs, considering everything we said about them starting early, Torsos not getting the sleep. They're still playing very well for the team that just replaced Jake.
And there's the first shot for Walcott. Although I know Jakey Boy's sitting behind going, am I better? Probably better. At the moment, Kami playing a good game of Rocket League here. The first match, the first series for the Chiefs, their debut into RLCS Season 6 of the OCE Championship, excuse me. Chiefs now back on that attack though. Still direct towards that net. CGM hanging around the wall. Walcott is going to go on defense. Dodges away from that demo, which would have opened up the net. And Drippay's still there though. Chiefs committing forward. And Drippay hanging tight, but still Chiefs haven't got cleared against. They're right there, the shot. Set up with a 1-2-3.
Those two misses from Ground Zero were devastating. They didn't have enough boost to be able to afford that. And that is what led to the goal. Chiefs just pushing it forward, draining boost, and punishing mistakes.
First goal for Chiefs. The start they want, a 3-0, but is that going to be the case? At this point, Ground Zero is still putting up that fight. 4 minutes left remaining. CGM, it's not the clear you want either. That just sets up Drippay for a nice angle. Hits the crossbar. Torsos just lobs it slightly, and Kami will hang back. They don't have to do much, but Kami's missed the ball. That's going in net, and it's Lim again.
That's brilliant from Lim. He sees the fake challenge coming in. He gets the touch over the top, and Drippay was going for boost.
What a series. Although it doesn't look like it in the score. For Ground Zero to put up this much resistance against the Chiefs, this much energy against the Chiefs, you're now starting to think that Ground Zero are the team that you're going to have to watch no matter what.
And they haven't really versed the top teams before. This isn't their final form. They're coming in with little experience as a team against the Chiefs, against anyone up there, because of the way the offseason has worked. And now they have so much room to grow across the season.
It's like the debut of Pale Horse, the team that we said, yeah, we might need to watch them, but we saw them grow throughout the OCE Championship. And Ground Zero, is it going to be a rinse and repeat? Are they more players, more stars to watch? Only time will tell, but in this game at least, they're holding strong. One apiece, they'll get that clear, which has been denied. Torsos sends it up the wing. Drippay's hanging back. Good clean rotations as always from the Chiefs, but Ground Zero have to be careful. The ball getting punched up, and once again, Ground Zero forced on the defense.
I love seeing Chiefs, and Kami in particular, being able to find each other so much. It shows how much they've played. They've scrimmed multiple hours every single day, and it's really paying off.
CGM stealing the ball away, and it's important preparing for a series like this. Drippay off the wall again. He wasn't given that same opportunity. A couple of double touches there from the Chiefs in this series, but
when you look at Drippay coming at your backboard like that, looking for that double touch, you cannot let it go.
Yep.
You have to go for it. And that's what's putting Ground Zero into difficult situations.
Really, these reads again. Drippay reads that one as a save. Keeps the ball alive. 2 minutes 15. Lim hanging midfield. That's a great touch. Walcott's there. Now the aggression starts in the net of the Chiefs, but a missed touch again. CGM trying to recover this one. A weird touch at that. The second and third comes through, but just a save.
It was a really smart play from CGM, but he was forced into it by the fact that he wasn't in that pass position in the first place. They need to start executing. You have to get past the defense. Just like that from Kami. It is an open opportunity, but Torsos went too early.
And the Chiefs are coming forward. They're putting on this attack, and although their execution might be there, the final touch is not. And immediately transitions to Ground Zero. Walcott pushes up, Lim hanging back now, and that might be all. Playing it a little bit safe, but Walcott has an opportunity. It's hit the backboard. There were two misses there. Drippay gets the final touch.
Seeing Torsos really struggle all of a sudden. He's missed two backboards. He might be getting down in the dumps, and is now starting to miss in defense.
But watch Walcott here off that backboard trying to contest. Torsos gets the better clear, and that wide clear will do wonders. Lim now trying to clear it away, but Drippay, there's the angle once again. A touch from Torsos almost. The attack continues right in front of net, a touch away. So essential by CJM.
And CJM's the only one left with boost. The other guys, they need to find something, but the pressure is going to mount up.
Chiefs love constricting the enemy team. In that place again, 45 seconds from the midfield. Kami setting it up off that backboard. Lim still playing a great game of Rocket League here. He'll clear it away, but Torsos reacts immediately. Off that back wall, Drippay's coming in again. 35 seconds, Kami hasn't stopped. Chiefs with plenty of boosters, Yummy Cheeseman said. But with 30 seconds to go, ground zero, they're still holding on.
That was such an important touch by Walcott. It's got 24 seconds and they're in the opportunity to attack. But they just don't have enough boost to be able to finish it.
CJM is still setting it up though, but Chiefs might have been able to break through off that backboard. Walcott's there, he doesn't get the touch, and the shot is as sharp as a knife.
Oh no, ground zero, you worked so hard. You look like you could take down the Chiefs, but 3-0 now. 2 games that just get settled by 1 goal.
Look, everyone wants me to say it's not over yet, but 11 seconds and the way Chiefs have been playing, ground zero, a very hard task, and with this attack starting off the kickoff, a 3-0 start by the Chiefs that just gets better. They'll even find this next goal if it comes through, but Chiefs 3-0.
And this 0 second, I feel that really tells the tale of the series. They're still holding pressure, and still ground zero are unable to find any defensive passes. They're not able to get it out of defense in order to get on attack. And I think every single series, we had more goals coming out from the Chiefs.
I think we got the performance out
saves.
of the Chiefs.
That we had more goals.
Yeah. I think we get the performance out of the Chiefs that we expected, even though Kami, for some reason, has a ground zero logo. I'm not sure why. However, Chiefs performance 3-0. You're right.
It doesn't get more dominant than that, honestly.
Yeah.
That was suffocating. Chiefs were in their half the whole time. Ground zero couldn't get a single clear.
Yep.
Yeah, every single time they didn't have a defensive pass. That's, I think, the big difference between the top 4 and everyone else is that against the top 4 teams, if you are in attack, you never know when you're going to get countered.
Yeah, it looked like ground zero were almost like scared of the Chiefs. They were like, wow, we're playing the Chiefs. They were panicking.
Yep.
Chiefs were sitting really far back. They were relaxed. Well, they were like, we're keeping pressure. And ground zero were just jumping for everything, but panicking.
Having said that, ground zero made 1 breakaway play. And look, in the later halves of the game, game 3, it wasn't the same as when Lim took control of the ball. But Lim really stepped up for ground zero.
Lim was scoring so many solo goals. That hat-trick in game 2. Again, another solo goal in game 3 to keep them in it. Like, I was expecting more team plays from the team. I wasn't expecting Lim to step up as much as he did.
I was really disappointed by that, actually. The fact that they were all going for solo goals. That was the downfall of Walcott last season.
Yeah.
And now it's the same thing. Of course, you're up against the Chiefs. They're putting you under pressure, and you can be a lot scared to get into those pass positions. So maybe we'll see them do a bit better against the other teams.
Yeah, again, I think ground zero's opponents just really got in their head.
Yep.
Chiefs were playing very relaxed. They were sitting back. They weren't playing this really fast play style, but ground zero just seems scared of it.
I think when you're going up against the Chiefs as well, teams show a different face.
Yep.
Like when we watched last season, Tatum Mines go up against the Chiefs. It's not when Tatum Mines go up against Legacy. It's not when Tatum Mines go up against.
We saw it with
Order.
even Sirix, an experienced player who's played every single season. Up against the Chiefs, he's a different player.
Well, in saying Chiefs were sitting far back, they were very quick to punish opportunities, right? They were sitting far back, but when opportunities came, you saw Drippay in there real quick. Kami as well. Tors struggled a little bit in game 3, but he was also very fast in. You really have to just recognize when you can take your time in defense and can pass to get those good clears.
Well, most importantly, they were rotating for just holding pressure. They weren't even trying to necessarily score a goal right now, but they just made sure that they always hit the ball in attack. I don't think I ever saw them really miss a 50 or a challenge or any ball to just keep that forward. And then as soon as ground zero missed anything, it was over.
Chiefs weren't looking shaky at all. You're right. They were hitting everything. They weren't missing. Their defense was clean. Lim's ceiling shot was actually incredible.
That
was just a genuine awesome outplay.
And was it? Yeah, Torsos had a great one right at the start too.
I missed that one. I'm sad. I'm sure it was good.
It was
like
very
10
similar one,
seconds in.
double touch off the backboard.
But look, it was so clinical from the Chiefs. A 3-0 to start them off. They're going up against Legacy next, so we're going to take a 5-minute break, reset, and then come